A very good evening to you, and thank you so much for choosing us to inform you in this edition of TV47 News Tonight. You're just in time for the latest in the world of news, sports and business. But first, here are stories that made it to the top 3 tonight.
Coming up, TV47 News Tonight. Members of the National Social Security Fund are expected to increase their contributions to the fund with a new requirement of 6% of their earnings. Employers are also expected to match this amount. Suspended High Court Judge Said Chitembwe has a deadline of 10 days from today to contest his removal from office.
We therefore recommend to Your Excellency that the Honorable Mr. Justice Said Chitembwe be removed from the office of Judge of the High Court,
as recommended by a tribunal appointed to investigate his conduct. Plus, trouble in the ODM paradise. ODM party leader Raila Odinga convenes a consultative meeting with deputy party leaders Wycliffe Oparanya and Hassan Ali Joho in Nairobi in response to the recent developments within the party. The meeting comes amid the threat of resignation from the party chairman, John Badi.
We cannot have a party that today the party leader is saying this and the rank and file of party membership is saying the opposite. The party leader is saying this, the chairman is saying.
That's right, TV47 News Tonight on this Tuesday, the 7th day of February 2023 begins right now. A very good evening to you and welcome aboard. My name is Kenneth Kazungu. Catherine Simalui will be handling the sign language interpretation. As more and more students are being enrolled in secondary schools for their Form 1 studies, some students who have received offers from multiple schools are faced with the fear of not being able to join the preferred schools. Despite this, there is still hope for students from low-income families. They are receiving financial support from well-wishers as well as county governments. Chichi Josephine with more details on this story.
William Otieno, a bright student who scored 377 marks at Lukonyi Primary School in Busia County, is facing uncertainty about his future despite his academic achievements.
Niliitwa Judicial High School na my mama ana uwezo wa kunipeleka huko, so nilikuwa naomba tu if anyone willing angenisaidia tu kusoma na kupursue my dream.
He fears that his dream of becoming a doctor may not be fulfilled due to financial constraints faced by his mother in paying for his school fees.
Alipata 377 na akaitwa Judicial, lakini sijawezeshwa kupata hiyo pesa kwa sababu hata niko na watoto wengine. David ni fourth kwa hii nyumba.
In a similar situation, Daniel Lumumba from Busia County is also facing the prospect of not being able to pursue his education. He, like many other children in the area, lacks the financial means to attend to secondary school due to poverty.
Sina mbele ama nyumba, naomba kwa hisani ya Mwenyezi Mungu, mtu yeyote anaweza kunisaidia orene organization tashukuru.
In Kakamega County, Lurambi Member of Parliament Titus Kamala has said that he is preparing a bill to ensure that teachers are promoted.
Naenda kumenyana na kitu inaitwa job group. It's a monster ambayo imewekwa walimu anakaa kwa kiwango moja mpaka retirement. Tunaenda kung'oa hiyo kitu, kuhakikisha we liberate our teachers, wale ambao wana act indefinitely wako promoted na wapate pesa yao, kuwa na heshima katika kazi ya walimu.
In a separate development, the Director General of the Frederick Waititu Foundation has called on county governments to increase the allocation of ward funds from 2 million to 4 million shillings. He emphasized the importance of education and encouraged parents to send their children to school with the goal of achieving 100% transition from primary to secondary education.
Nimeenda pale leo asubuhi, nimepata watu ambao wali apply bursary ni wanafunzi 2,000. Bursary ambayo pesa ambayo tunapewa ni 2,000,000. Kama hauna mambo mengine ya kupanga, wewe unakwama. Because kila mtu ambaye anakuja ku apply bursary ana school fees.
In Narok County, Ephraim Kamwecho Nyambura, who got 384 marks, is now stuck at home struggling to get money for fees and other requirements to join Kagumo High School in Nyeri County.
Nisomea Elointepesi Primary School na akapata hiyo grade ya 384, lakini sijafaulu kupata pesa ya kumpeleka shule.
My mom is not able to pay for my fees, so just asking some well-wishers to support me.
In a positive turn of events, Keyo South was filled with celebrations after the local member of parliament, Gideon Kimayo, stepped forward to pay the fees for over 2,000 students joining secondary school.
In each school, we are doing an average ya wanafunzi 80, kuonyesha kwamba mheshimiwa atakuwa anawalipia wanafunzi zaidi ya 2,000 kwa hii mwaka ya form 1, na ataendelea kufanya hivyo wanapoingia form 2, form 3 mpaka wamalize form 4.
25 secondary schools benefited in the area as parents expressed their joy.
Na mimi nimefurahi sana. Hata roho yangu iko kweli kabisa.
In Kiambu County, parents lauded an increase in bursary allocation at a time when most of them have been struggling to pay school fees owing to harsh economic times. The parents received 8,000 shillings each that the area CDF kitty has set aside for every child, an amount that has increased from the previous 2,500 shillings.
Hiyo wametupea 8,000. Itatusaidia juu mtoto hiyo ingine tutagawa mara 2, ndio tuende tukilipa. Tukifika second term hakuna mtu atakuwa na deni.
Meanwhile, 6 needy students drawn from various wards within Murang'a County have benefited with full scholarship courtesy of a local water company. The learners who cleared their KCPE last year have been awarded with scholarships by Murang'a Water and Sanitation Company Muwasco and are now ready to join secondary schools where they were enrolled.
Nimeleta mtoto Lincoln Kirori na tumefurahia Muwasco vile wametutendea, wametufanyia mazuri hata hatuwezi sahau.
We have a budget of 1 million shillings that will take care of students in secondary and tertiary level.
Chichi Josephine, TV47.
To some politics now, where nominated Member of Parliament John Buddy, who has served as the chairman of the Orange Democratic Movement Party for 9 years, has now announced his readiness to step down from his leadership role. This comes amid accusations from a faction of opposition leaders that Mbadi has been avoiding opposition rallies led by Azimio leader Raila Odinga. Flora Limuki with more.
In the wake of the recent Azimio coalition protest, several high-ranking politicians affiliated with the ODM party have been noticeably absent from the last 3 rallies organized by Raila Odinga in Nairobi's Kamukunji, Jacaranda Grounds and Kibra. The absence has raised questions about their stance on the ongoing political events and has sparked speculation about potential divisions within the party. Adding to the speculation, ODM party chairman John Buddy has now announced his intention to resign from his leadership position. His absence from the recent rallies, combined with the decision to step down, has created further uncertainty within the party and has sparked discussions about potential changes in the party's leadership structure.
9 years is such a long period of time to serve as chairman. Change is also good. Let someone else come and chair the party. Yeah. You know, those are gossipers. Me, I don't deal with people who are idle, gossiping. Many of us have been around for this party for long.
The nominated legislator has been at loggerheads with a section of party members since the conclusion of the last general election, says he has done his bit as the ODM chair for the last 9 years. The former Suba North MP has cited the betraying the selection of leader of minority and divisions within the party as his main reason to call it quits.
That's why they took away minority leader from me. Since they took it away, see, I'm still alive. They can also take chairman. I'll still be there. And by the way, I want to repeat it for record. I want to leave this position.
This comes in the backdrop of a looming division within the ODM party following a section of elected legislators meeting with President William Ruto today. Some leaders opine that it is time the Azimio leaders moved on from the August 9th election, saying it informed their decision to give the Azimio rallies a wide berth.
There's something that is not going right. And that's something that is not going right. As a leadership of the party, we may need to start getting our acts together.
Also, the lawmaker has confirmed that he has informed the Azimio coalition leader Raila Odinga of his intention to resign from his role in the ODM party. He stated that it is now only a matter of time before he officially steps down, indicating that his departure from the party's leadership is imminent. Flora Limuki, TV47.
Moving on, the tribunal appointed to inquire into the conduct of Justice Said Juma Chitembwe has recommended his removal from office over gross misconduct. Chitembwe was being investigated over misuse of office and corruption, as Andrin Kilemi now tells us.
The tribunal was appointed through Gazette notice.
A 12-member tribunal led by Lady Justice Mombe Ngoge has recommended the removal from office of Judge of the High Court Juma Said Chitembwe over gross misconduct.
The tribunal finds that the contravention of Articles 10, 75 and 232 of the Constitution and Regulations 9, 19, 20 and 21 of the Code of Conduct and Ethics by the judge amounted to gross misconduct or misbehavior.
The tribunal, which was formed by retired President Uhuru Kenyatta, found that Chitembwe had breached Constitution while discharging his duties as a judge of the High Court. Among allegations against Chitembwe is lack of impartiality, lack of integrity and accountability, corruption practices, subversion of justice through commenting on matters pending in court, lack of professionalism, and non-disclosure of conflict of interest contrary to Article 75 of the Constitution.
And having considered all the evidence and following the tribunal's findings that allegations 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 have been proved, we unanimously find that the judge's conduct was in breach of the Judicial Service Code of Conduct and Ethics. We therefore recommend to Your Excellency that the Honorable Mr. Justice Said Juma Chitembwe be removed from the office of Judge of the High Court.
President William Ruto, while receiving the findings of the tribunal, said the Constitution remains the guiding principle for all who have been given the responsibility to serve Kenyans.
For us to be a country built on the firm foundation of the rule of law, we must always keep to that narrow path of the rule of law and avoid extra-constitutional, extra-legal means of dealing with one another. It points clearly and squarely that if any arm of government, including the hallowed judiciary, go beyond the law, go beyond the Constitution, there is a mechanism for necessary corrective measures that can be done.
The embattled judge, however, according to Article 168, Clause 8 of the Constitution, has 10 days to appeal the decision of the tribunal should he be aggrieved by its findings. Andrin Kilemi, TV 47.
Elsewhere, and more minors use the internet as compared to their parents and guardians. This is according to the Kenya Films and Classification Board's acting CEO, Christopher Wambua, who has insisted that there is need to bridge the existing technology gap by equipping parents with knowledge on how to limit their children's access to harmful content on the internet. He was speaking during the launch of the Parents Digital Literacy Program. Wambua urged all stakeholders to be watchful to ensure safety of all Kenyan children on the internet and other media outlets. Principal Secretary in the State Department for Youth Affairs and Arts, Ismail Madi, has also urged parents to acknowledge the importance of the internet in identifying the children's gifts to improve education and encourage innovation among children. According to a recent report by the Internet Society Foundation, 68% of minors have access to the internet, even as minors use 20% of their time every day watching inappropriate content.
TikTok account, then I'll believe that you are that brave person and you fear nothing. And I did it. At first, I wanted to prove that I'm brave, but later, what I received, I confirmed that I'm not so brave.
Anastasia found herself on the spot.
I posted wearing I was dancing in a hoodie short, and most people were not used to see me in hoodie shorts. And they were, why are you posting this? Are you not the girl we know in church? Are you not the choir leader we know in church? Yeah, that's how it was like. People started calling me hypocrite, and so I felt bad. At first, it turned me to be a fearful person, that I stayed anxious.
The second-year university student opted to delete her social media platforms. Miles away from Embu, we meet Lensa Atieno, another victim of cyberbullying from Western Kenya in Kisumu County. Lensa, a student at Sigalagala Polytechnic, was betrayed by her ex-boyfriend who decided to post her nude pictures on the internet after they parted ways.
I was receiving calls, watu wananiuliza kwani what's happening, unajiuza ama ni nini, hizi ni zako ama ni mtu amefanya kitu. So nilikuwa naipata ngumu kuji-explain. Hadi alikuwa ananibody shame kwa Facebook. Nikakuja kumjua after alini text inbox, akaniambia utajua ujui, I have to do everything, kukustress, like ni lower self esteem, ni do everything. Hivyo ndo nilikamkujua hivyo. Nikaamua ni delete kila kitu, delete hadi account yangu ya YouTube, Instagram and everything. Juu sasa watu waliona, kuna wenye hadi walikuwa wanani text.
Even after getting rid of her social media accounts, Lensa still struggled with the effects of being cyberbullied.
Alafu respect pia ilienda ikapotea. Hakuna mse anakurespect because
I lost respect and I was stressed. I had peace of mind when I deleted my social media platforms.
Just stressed.
George Omamo, a family therapist, says there are steps which a victim of cyberbullying can take to protect themselves from online or get justice in Kenya.
Cyberbullying is part of that serious abuse, and the most targeted group are young ladies.
Before I had been cyberbullied, I was extra confident. But currently, after I was cyberbullied, I slowed my confidence.
Somebody has attacked you. What do you do? First option is to bar him completely from your wall. That one you can. Second option is to report the person, because Facebook gives you that platform to report. All right? And third, if it's a person within your locality, like for example, Kenya, if you can prove evidence that so-and-so is following you up, and you have evidence, then you can prosecute such a, because there is what we call stalking, and whereby somebody keeps on following you wherever you are, your photos, and commenting bad things, knowing where you're going, and you can take legal action on such, especially if they are within your sphere.
The Communications Authority, the regulator of Kenya's communications industry, monitors Kenya's cyberspace with the objective to assist in detecting and preventing cybercrimes. Those include cyberbullying and harassment through social media and online platforms, fraud, ransomware and hacking, and the spread of fake political news and defamatory propaganda on the internet. Sharon Baranga, TV47.
All right, at 19 minutes after 9 p.m., we're going to take a very short break right here on TV47 News Tonight. We have plenty more ahead on the other side. You want to stick around for that.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kenya's #1 comedy talk show, Dr. Fueneke Tonight. The Duke of Kakamega, Dr. Fueneke is my name! Stop! Prince of Mohombro. Mtaalamu wa ofisi yake. Umenikula kichwa kutafuta.
I'm here, it's not you, it's me.
Stop touching me, stop touching me. No, stop, stop smearing me. Stop smearing me. So you and Willie Paul are actually dating?
Don't do that.
To all the ladies, to all the men, you can sort yourselves out.
Dr. Fueneke Tonight, every Wednesday from 7:30 to 9 p.m.
Are you looking for a distinguished institution of academic and professional excellence to kickstart your career? Then join KIPS Technical College, a top-neck, CASNEB and NEET examination center in Kenya that is fully accredited by TVET Authority with over 90% national exam pass rate. We offer high-quality, hands-on training in engineering, hospitality, tourism, journalism, ICT, business, accounting, hairdressing and beauty, health sciences, community development and foreign language, and have placed over 26,000 graduates since 1994. Our state-of-the-art equipment, well-equipped workshops, indoor and outdoor sports facilities make us the preferred choice.
During my training, I was able to become Miss KIPS, which has helped me to achieve my goals in community development.
Admissions for January 2023 intake is ongoing. For more information, call 0720-813-113 or visit any of our 6 campuses located within Nairobi. KIPS Technical College, your sure path to success.
Mount Kenya University takes pride in being an academic giant with some of the best infrastructure, imparting knowledge to the best brains in the country and the region. Our members of faculty are keen to deliver market-driven programs in science and humanities with a keen focus on linkages with relevant organizations. Join us today and train with the best to become the best. Mount Kenya University, unlocking infinite possibilities.
Sona moja imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli ili kupambana na maumivu kwa haraka. Sona moja ina aspirin kama kiungo. Sona moja, kitulizo kamili. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
Are you looking for a college that will impact your practical skill sets? Tristan School of Medical Health and Science Technology offers market-driven programs in diploma and certificate levels in the schools of health sciences, social sciences, applied sciences, and business and informatics. Enroll for our January 2023 intake to enjoy seamless student experience. You deserve qualified faculty leadership to set a good guide for your career. Tristan School of Medical Health and Science Technology, partners in your journey to excellence.
If Tekra was 100%, I used to just breathe in 5% of her brain, because she was so smart.
You need to God, but you do your part, you fight justice.
Mystery of floating bodies in River Yala continues to deepen after 7 more bodies were retrieved from the river.
Nobody had that right to take that life.
It's a bad feeling. Terrible.
When we got to court, we noticed a lot of surveillance on our team.
Nikiwafikiria ama nione picha zao, mimi nalianga usiku mzima.
Hata kama vijana wangu watarudi, lakini sitawasahau.
This is the last door.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories.
Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with TV47 News Tonight. Now, tonight, divisions have rocked the Orange Democratic Movement Party after a section of the party MPs met President William Ruto at State House, Nairobi. The team led by Kisumu Senator Tomo Jenda, however, drew condemnation from the Orange Party, which distanced itself from the visit, accusing the MPs of undermining the party. State House termed the meeting as a follow-up to President Ruto's visit to Nyanza last month.
A meeting between President William Ruto and a section of ODM MPs at State House, Nairobi, has left the Orange Party divided after the party distanced itself from the visit, with the party reading the riot act to the MPs for undermining party leader Raila Odinga and the party.
We cannot have a party that today the party leader is saying this and the rank and file of party membership is saying the opposite. The party leader is saying this, the chairman is saying that. Personally, if I decide to now go against what the party leader is saying, I would resign my position first.
So I will not really blame them, but I think, there is a saying that every act, anything you do, there are always consequences. I don't know how the consequences will look like because ODM as a party is a structured party.
According to State House, the meeting was a consultative one, following President William Ruto's visit to the Nyanza region last month. But to ODM, it was a revolt against Odinga, terming it an act of betrayal.
As a leadership of the party, we may need to start getting our acts together. There's something certainly that is going off the rail, either with the leadership of the party or the leadership of the House. Something needs to be done.
Perhaps in a move to show the party is still united, despite what amounted to a political coup, Odinga, in a statement on social media, said the party is stable after hosting Deputy Party Leader Ali Hassan Joho, who has been missing in Azimio rallies, and Party Director of Elections Yunet Mohamed, also not visible in the meetings, and Deputy Party Leader Wycliffe Oparanya. The party had earlier on in the day distanced itself and condemned the visit through ODM Director of Communications Philip Etale, who said, and I quote, "Some leaders have elected to undermine the leadership of the party and chosen to go against the will of the people who elected them to the positions that they hold." ODM further accuses State House of allegedly dishing handouts to the MPs with the aim of scuttling Azimio's anti-government agenda, with a statement saying, and I quote, "We knew the enemy will not sit pretty. They have started spending stolen money to hoodwink some of our leaders with the aim of trying to scuttle our activities." The visit, which has unsettled the party, causing fury among Odinga's diehard MPs, will be on the table when Azimio MPs meet for the Coalition Parliamentary Group meeting on Thursday this week at Stone Athi, where the MPs will be reprimanded. The MPs have, however, denied claims that they have ditched ODM. Apul Kamau, TV47.
Also, an Interior Cabinet Secretary, Professor Kithure Kindiki, has responded to the recent deadly attack in Baringo County and has made a two-day tour to the cattle-rustling-prone area to assess the situation. During his visit to Nyandarua County, CS Kindiki announced a new approach towards reducing crime. National Government Administration officers, or NGAO officers, will now have specific crime reduction targets set for them in an effort to enhance their performance in security management. The targets will be communicated through security committees, with performances expected to be reported up the ranks through a hierarchical accountability structure. Moige William now joins us live from Baringo County with the latest. Good evening, Moige William. It's good to hear and see you this evening. How soon are we likely to see the fruits of this new structure announced by the Interior CS today?
Good to see you, Kazungu, back in studio. We're joining you live from Marigat here in Baringo County. The weather is cool here, although a little bit of it's humid, but everything else from where we're joining you, everything is secure and security is well. And we are joining the Cabinet Secretary for Interior in his tour to Baringo County, 2 days tour here in Baringo County, and his visit comes hours after an incident whereby a number of police officers were involved in a clash with residents who are suspected to be bandits, and also a number of bandits were gunned down earlier here in Baringo County. This is an issue that has gotten the attention of the Cabinet Secretary for Interior, Kithure Kindiki, and he is making a return to Baringo County, after a few days where he was here, and from where he was holding a public baraza, some people could be seen from a distance who are suspected to be bandits who lit a bonfire, and he has made a return to this place despite the bandit attacks and also reports of insecurity from Baringo County. And earlier on, the Cabinet Secretary, that is Kithure Kindiki, visited Nyandarua County, where he met locals and also National Government Administration officers, and he outlined a new structure that the Ministry of Interior is going to adopt, or rather is adopting, in a bid to reduce crime within the country, not only in Nyandarua County, but also across the country. No matter the crimes, may it be banditry, may it be mugging, this new structure, according to the Cabinet Secretary, is by evolving GAO and the command structure, whereby they will be given targets, may it be monthly or weekly, and these targets, they are supposed to meet them. And if, according to Kithure Kindiki, in these particular targets that they are going to get according to their command structure. Each and every officer will be rewarded, and on the same time, those who will be seen not to be working effectively, there is a new method that the Ministry of Interior is going to use to, in one way or the other, look into the performance of this particular officer. But interesting, we are focusing on the story or on the issue of banditry here in Baringo County. Remember, this is a prone area whereby cattle rustling has been reported day in, day out, and Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki is making a return here this time, all boots on ground, and he is making quite decisive decisions when it comes to banditry attack. Remember, this issue, how even earlier on had affected learning in this particular area, but the Cabinet Secretary is saying that these matters should come to an end, to a point that he's saying he'll rather engage the communities by empowering them so that cattle rustling can come to an end. But also, he noted that this particular menace is going to be approached in a multi-agency way, such that even the locals can be integrated when it comes to reporting of issues and reporting of issues where incidents are taking place, such that they can give officers real-time information. But also, we saw earlier Cabinet Secretary when he was making his when he was giving an update of 100 days of him being in office, he said that more officers have been deployed to areas which have been affected by cattle rustling. Remember, cattle rustling is not only being witnessed here in Baringo County. We also have other counties, the likes of we have the likes of Turkana County, we have Samburu County, we also have Marsabit County, West Pokot, and also Isiolo County. And this has left a number of citizens devastated. Other places it has claimed lives. It has affected the daily lives of many Kenyans. And it's about time where, according to Kithure Kindiki, this menace should come to a stop, either by full force of the law or by integrating the community and also empowering them. So what we are likely to see, because for the next 2 days, that is tomorrow on Wednesday and also on Thursday, CS Kithure Kindiki is going to pitch camp here in Baringo County. Tomorrow is going to hold a public baraza and engage residents, especially particularly for those who hail from Baringo South. And top of the agenda will be matters will be matters cattle rustling and how better to empower communities here. By communities, we are talking about maybe empowering them to do other economic ventures, among them farming, that they can earn a living and move away from cattle rustling. But quite importantly, before I take it back to you, Kazungu, among the measures that the Ministry of Interior is going to use, according to Kithure Kindiki, is the multi-agency, and also and this multi-agency approach will include going even after the financiers and also the beneficiaries of cattle rustling. So that means more people will be brought to book, this time not the cattle rustlers themselves, but those who are behind the phase of cattle rustling and the beneficiaries, those who the cattle are being delivered to. So we expect more to roll out and pan out at the meeting that Kithure Kindiki is going to lead here in Baringo for the next 2 days. Back to you, Kazungu.
All right, my colleague Mwegi William, live for us in Baringo. Thank you very much for your time. We don't take it for granted. Thank you, Mwegi, for that. At this particular point in time, we want to take a another short break right here on TV47 News Tonight. Plenty more ahead on the other side. You want to stick around for that.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories.
Are you looking for a distinguished institution of academic and professional excellence to kickstart your career? Then join KIPS Technical College, a top-NEC, CASNEB and NEET examination center in Kenya that is fully accredited by TVET Authority with over 90% national exam pass rate. We offer high-quality, hands-on training in engineering, hospitality, tourism, journalism, ICT, business, accounting, hairdressing and beauty, health sciences, community development and foreign language, and have placed over 26,000 graduates since 1994. Our state-of-the-art equipment, well-equipped workshops, indoor and outdoor sports facilities make us the preferred choice.
During my training, I was able to become a SCIPS, which has helped me to achieve my goals in community development. Admissions
for January 2023 intake is ongoing. For more information, call 0720-813-113 or visit any of our 6 campuses located within Nairobi. KIPS Technical College, your sure path to success.
Sona moja imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli ili kupambana na maumivu kwa haraka. Sona moja ina aspirin kama kiungo. Sona moja, kitulizo kamili. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
Tribunal School of Medical Health Science and Technology is a premier training institute for market-driven courses. With state-of-the-art facilities, competent and dedicated members of staff, and linkages with the medical industry, you are assured of a bright future when you study with us. Enroll today in our campuses at Juja, Nairobi West, Kisumu, and Homa Bay.
Usienda nayo huko ndani, unaacha hapo kwa luggage ndio uingie.
Ni wacho kwa luggage namna gani nataka kutumia huko ndani? Nimekuja na hii gani ndio inatumika? Hii paketi ama hii kuchota? Kwani serious? Bwana wacheni mchezo bwana. Nini?
Karibu customer. Hizi bidhaa unaziacha pale kwenye luggage ndipo sasa ufanye shopping kwa supermarket yetu. Kuchota ni kufanya shopping pekee.
Ni kufanya shopping.
Tema na Hetia Supermarket ndio best. Kwa mara nyingine tena, Hetia Supermarket inakuletea chota kuchota na Hetia Supermarket. Ushiriki shindano la chota kuchota. Tuwe karibu nawe Kitale, Bungoma, Eldoret, Kakamega, Kisumu, Busia, Naivasha, Limuru, Nairobi, Thika, Nyeri, Meru na Maua. Nunua bidhaa ya shilingi 600 na zaidi na utapewa raffle ticket. Jaza vizuri na utumbukize kwa sanduku iliyo mlangoni. Utakuwa umeingia kwa draw ya kujishindia zawadi Daihatsu Mira, pikipiki 21 aina ya TVS, 1130 school fees, TVS, shopping vouchers na vingine vingi.
Basi, ni huku. Saidia mimi.
Chota kuchota imethaminiwa na Louis Bacon, Savannah Juice Fruit Vial, My Choice Hand Wash, Zesta Choco Primo, Ketepa, Blue Band, Aramco, Oven Fresh Bread, Nivea, Silent Night Mattresses, Coca-Cola pamoja na Hisense. Shindano hili limeidhinishwa na BCLB permit number 002816. Sheria na masharti kutumika.
Chota kuchota na Hetia Supermarket, na hii motokaa gari smart kabisa inaweza kuwa yako. Unangoja nini? Ingia, fanya shopping yako Hetia Supermarket, uchoto kuchote na hii kari, hii motokaa inaweza kuwa yako. Mtu anaweza pesha kwa buti.
Hetia Supermarket, a world of choice.
You are watching TV47, the home of untold stories.
All right, welcome back and thank you so much for staying with TV47 News tonight. As the debate regarding the frustrations faced by healthcare workers in the country gains momentum, a section of workers from the Kenya National Union of Nurses and the Kenya National Union of Clinical Officers have threatened to strike next week if the government does nothing to heal the country's ailing health sector. Elizabeth Atieno now reports.
Esther Kaindi is a nurse at one of the public health facilities in Kiambu County. She has today decided to break her silence on the real situation on the ground and says enough is enough.
I'm just standing here to say that it isn't fair at all to work alone in a ward whereby tunasema kama wauguzi there is no procedure for one nurse. Lakini tumekuwa tukifanya hivyo. I do not know whether we are offering services or we are bewitching patients. It is not right. Hata tukienda kwa WHO protocols, it is not right. Nitasema ya kwamba tumechoka na kusema ukweli. Vile union yetu inasema, by Wednesday, Punda amechoka.
Kenya has in the recent past lost 7 medical doctors due to depression brought about by unemployment. As of now, 1 doctor in Kenya is tasked with serving 17,000 patients, contrary to WHO's recommendation of 23 doctors to serve 10,000 patients.
Na kitu ya kustabisha sana ni ya kwamba tangu niandikwe hadi wa leo mambo inaenda ikiendelea na kuwa mbaya. Hivyo ni kwa sababu gani? Nilishawahi fanya kazi maternity ward na tulikuwa 54 midwives. Sasa enda maternity, utakuta nurses 3. Mmoja labor ward, mwingine antenatal ward, mwingine postnatal ward. Huyo kwa postnatal ward anapaswa kushughulikia mgonjwa ambaye ametoka theater pengine ama mama amejifungua njia ya kawaida. Anapaswa kupindua yule mama, aidha kwa sababu mama hawezi kujipindua. Hata nisiseme tu maternity, general ward unapaswa kupindua mgonjwa after every 2 hours. Ninaenda nyumbani leo kwa kusummarize, nisiongee sana, nikiwa nimeumia mgongo kwa sababu ya kazi ile ambayo nimepeana for the 36 years I have worked now.
Are getting depressed. In the last 2 years, we have buried 4 doctors. So you can imagine if you are burying people because of stress, burnout, and nobody is taking it seriously.
Afya inapo fail ama mtu anapokufa, ile mfanyikazi anakuwa blamed. So wanasema wale ndio hawakuji kazi, wanaiba madawa. So pande hii wagonjwa na jamaa wao wanakulaumu, pande hii wale wenye wanafaa kulaumiwa pia wanakulaumu. So hiyo stress imetusumbua sana.
The shocking thing is that as many public health care workers grapple with burnout due to lack of enough manpower, over 4,000 trained doctors in the country are still jobless.
Unaenda kwa ward, unakuta muuguzi wa umri wa makamu kama mimi. Nimechoka, nina njaa, maana hata lunch siendi kwa sababu sina wa kuacha. Mgonjwa akija aniongeleshe naye awe akona zake, ninaweza kumuongelesha na zangu akasirike.
Na the situation is so dire. Doctors are feeling frustrated and some of them are even committing suicide. Very young doctors, we're losing very young people.
It is a serious issue. We are taking it very seriously. We have seen that there's a deficiency, like the whole of this county. I think I was being told in the morning that we need to have about 50 doctors. Yet we only have 6 and working, and 14 are on study leave.
Wiki ijayo kama hawatakuwa wametupatia mwelekeo, mimi nitawaongoza hawa watu na tutaandamana hadi kwa Wizara ya Afya na kwa Council of Governors hadi watuambie hawa watu wanaelekea wapi, kwa sababu tuko na katiba ambayo imetuonyesha ni jinsi gani tunaweza tukaulizia haya.
Lack of medical equipment is still a problem in a number of health facilities in the country, with Health CS Susan Nahumicha saying the situation is being managed. It is alleged that some county governments have withdrawn the services of the National Hospital Insurance Fund, exposing healthcare workers to burdens of incurring huge medical bills, which they have to cater for from their pockets.
Hereby petition His Excellency the Governor and the entire Kiambu administration as follows. 1. That to make sure our remittances to NHIF, as reflected in our payslips, are paid up immediately to NHIF. 2. To reimburse all county employees who have suffered out-of-pocket payments in the various facilities.
Delayed salaries, poor working environment, overworking and lack of promotions are some of the main challenges underscored by the healthcare workers, who are calling for government's intervention before a section of workers from the Kenya National Union of Nurses and Kenya National Union of Clinical Officers commence the strike scheduled for next week. Elizabeth Atieno, TV 47.
Now, police in the Eni area, that is in Kwale, are investigating an incident where studio equipment worth 1.5 million shillings was stolen at midday on the 29th of January this year. According to CCTV footage, a man is seen walking into the studio at about 12:30 p.m. and is leaving 5 minutes later with a bag in his hand, as Zainab Mohammed now tells us.
The studio owners who claim to have opened the studio less than a month before the incident have reported the loss of 2 cameras, 3 lenses, 2 computers and 2 memory cards.
3 weeks ago, tumeanza kazi vizuri, tumeendelea vizuri. On 29, on Sunday, mchana, tulitoka tu kidogo kurudi, tumeibiwa laptops, camera and hard disk, drives and lenses.
According to the 3, the suspect who was captured on CCTV camera visited the studio a day earlier posing as a client.
Wakati huyo jamaa kiingia, tulikuwa tumemaliza shoot na vifaa vyetu vyote ambavyo vilipotea vilikuwa juu ya meza. Exactly the same things zenye zilipotea zilikuwa hapa juu ya meza kwa sababu tulikuwa tumemaliza shoot na tunafunga. Unaona kupandisha hizi vitu juu, kuzima lights, nini kila kitu. Sasa vile vifaa ambavyo vilikuwa hapa juu ya meza ndio exactly venye vilipotea the following day saa 6. Tena uwizi ulifanyika mchana wakati sikuwa tumetoka. Exactly venye tulimwambia kama tunafungua half day, ikifika mchana tunatoka.
The owners of the studio have expressed their distress as they claim to have invested their entire life savings into the business. They reported the theft to the Diani police station and the authorities are actively searching for the suspect who remains at large. The owners are left without a source of income and with nowhere else to turn. Zainab Mohammed, T47.
Moving on, the Kenya government has announced that no Kenyan has been killed or is still stuck under the rubble following 2 earthquakes that hit southern Turkey and northeastern Syria, killing at least 5,000 people. Foreign Affairs Cabinet Secretary Dr. Alfred Mutua says the Kenyan government will offer support to the Turkish government, as Collins Lusweti now tells us.
The 2 earthquakes hit southern Turkey and northern Syria on Monday, killing at least 5,000 people. The rescue teams have been going through the rubble to try and save more lives. The World Health Organization is now warning that death toll could rise to 20,000 because an earthquake hit the region in 1999 at a similar magnitude and killed at least 17,000 people. More than 6,000 buildings have been destroyed and nearly 25,000 rescue personnel have been deployed to search for survivors. American news channel CNN is reporting that at least 70 countries have offered aid for search and rescue operations. Kenya has today offered to assist Turkey through the supply of food and medical experts.
Na mimi nataka kuomba Wakenya wote ya kwamba wakati ndugu zetu dada zetu wanaingia kwa shida, kazi yetu sio tu kuwaombea kwa mbali na kuwasalimia na kuangalia TV. Tunataka pia tuweze kuwasaidia. Sisi kama serikali tutajaribu tuweze kuwatumia majani, kahawa pamoja pia na njugu, karanga na zingine ambazo wanaweza zitumia, vitu ambazo zinaweza kwenda kwa upesi sana na kutumiwa kwa upesi bila kuharibika. Na pia tuweze kuangalia kama tunaweza wasaidia pia na wale watafiti maalum, wale wana ujuzi wa kuweza kuwatafuta watu ambao wamekwama kule kwa mijengo ambayo imeporomoka. Kwa hivyo tutaangalia vile tuweza kuwasaidia kwa sababu tuna watafiti, tuna wataalamu kamili katika nchi yetu ya Kenya, wa majeshi yetu na wengine waweze kwenda kule kuwasaidia.
This shows the cordiality of the friendly Kenya and your solidarity with Turkey in times of disaster.
Foreign Affairs Cabinet Secretary Alfred Mutua has also indicated no Kenyan has been killed or stuck under the rubbles.
Hatujapata ripoti yote kuhusu Mkenya yote ambaye ameweza kuumia ama kuhusika katika ama kuhusishwa katika swala hili, lakini tunasema kwamba tunataka Wakenya wote wajue kwamba si kama serikali tunawajali na tuko na namba ambayo wanaweza piga simu wakiwa katika hali ya shida ya maporomoko hayo ama earthquake. Namba yenyewe ni ya kule Uturkia, ni namba 505 385 020 960.
Collins Lusweti, TV47, Nairobi.
And it is at this point in time where I bring on board my colleague Dennis Otieno, the sportsman, to join us in this particular bulletin and fill us in the latest from the world of sports. Dennis, good evening. Good to see you this evening.
Good evening to Kenneth Kazungu. Now, it is a lot that we've lined up for you in the world of sports. We'll be telling you about the results registered in the the Safari Tour Golf Series. We shall also be telling you what is the contingency plan of Tusker FC to get back to their winning ways. Those among many other stories that we've lined up for you on the Sports Bulletin tonight. But to start us off is Matters Football. Now, defending champions Tusker FC will be looking to get back to their winning ways when they face off with FKF Premier League leaders Gor Mahia in their match week 15 tie of the competition at the Kasarani Stadium. Tusker has been having a poor run of form in recent times, securing only one victory in 5 matches, and the tie against an informed Gor Mahia will be no mean feat for the Brewers. Speaking during the team's training, Tusker FC head coach Robert Matano admitted his players deep in form as he clarified that he has already identified their mistakes and looks to make amends in order to contend for the title. Meanwhile, Tusker FC captain Humphrey Mieno stated that they are committed to put in the work and register good results.
Gor Mahia is a strong team, but we know we are the champion also. So there's nothing to fear. There's nothing special. It's about the game fixture, the goodness that they are in good run, and it's motivation to us also to catch up and also try to play and win. So it's a good game, and it will be tough, but we'll manage the game. The league is not yet ended. You can see that every team has lost. Yeah, so it's a matter of we are within the reach, so we are not far away from anybody. We are just within the reach, and this is a 13 match. We cannot say that we are not in the race. The race is still on, and we have not even finished first leg. So we are within the reach, and we are going to fight on. That's the football moment. Those are dynamics of football. Sometimes you are up, sometimes you are down, but that one somebody should not rule anybody out, and nobody can be told that you have won the league. Still far away. Yeah, it's us to adjust. I realize our mistake, I try to rectify the mistake which we have been doing, and also to try to bring our morale and fighting spirit back and confidence from the players. So we are on and we are ready.
Nasema prepare vizuri, tumejiandaa vizuri kwa mechi yetu against Gor kesho. Najua kuwa na results mzuri kwa hizo mechi za hapo nyuma. Lakini mechi ya kesho inahitaji kuwa compose. Concentration lazima iko juu because Gor pia ni timu nzuri, kuna wachezaji wazuri. So tuna hope for the best na tuna hope kesho tutatoka na 3 points. Tuna believe lazima seriousness tu ni ile. Hakuna cha timu ndogo na timu kubwa. Lazima kila wakati uwe tu serious kile kitu unafanya na try kupeana the best.
Now, from football to Matters Golf, where current golf and country clubs John Limb was earlier today in fine form as he carded a 7 under par to leap atop the leaderboard in the 3rd day of the 5th leg of the Safari Tour Golf Series. Limb's fine performance saw him leapfrog overnight leader Victor Mapwanya of Zimbabwe as Justus Madoya came in second with a 6 under par. The tournament is expected to go down to the wire with stiff competition on the leaderboard ahead of the final round set to be played Wednesday morning as players target to amass points to qualify for the magical Kenya Open as well as winning the top prize of 300,000 shillings. The next leg of the series will be held at the Muthaiga Golf Club from 11th to 15th February this year.
The course is playing super. It's very dry now. It's really drying out, but the greens are good. Pin position is very tough. It's great to be on top of the leaderboard for a change. Play well tomorrow, not make too many mistakes, and yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm playing well at the moment, so looking forward to tomorrow and obviously Muthaiga as well.
The demise of the oldest marathoner in the country, John Ruengo, who battled with cancer for a period of 1 year, has left a big gap in the community of veteran athletes, while the villagers of his home remember him for his sacrifice for the Mutini community in Meru County. Our reporter John Java Kiania earlier today attended Ruengo's burial ceremony and filed the following report.
The veteran athlete from Meru County, John Ruengo, who passed away on the 28th of January this year, was buried today at his home in Mutunyi village in Ibori constituency. Ruengo will be remembered as a veteran athlete who participated and won in long-distance races and is proud of winning several medals, including an international one.
Nakumbuka kama mwaka wa
1978 aligawanya mashamba yake mapema sana na akapatia kila mtu sehemu yake, akajitolea katika umri wake mkubwa, na tuna matumaini kuendeleza mahali ambapo pamebaki ili tuendelee kufaidika kupitia haya marathon.
At the age of 31, Rwengo participated in the Commonwealth Games where he won a bronze medal in Perth, Australia. Those who came to mourn him have described him as a strong, diligent and never giving up on everything he was trying to achieve.
Mzee Rwengo has been instrumental in the Lewa Safari Marathon, which he has participated for the last 23 years. Mzee has kept consistency. Amekuwa akikimbia hii mbio kila mwaka. Until last year yenye alikuja Mzee akasema anataka kukimbia mbio yake ya mwisho, na akasema that anasikia hali yake ya mwili sasa atakimbia 21 marathon ile alikuwa anakimbia kawaida.
Many have said that Rwengo has left an unbridgeable gap as the villagers of Mutunyi have been benefiting greatly through his participation in the race, especially the Lewa Safaricom Marathon.
Kijijini hapa barabara zimeweza kutengenezwa, zikawekewa tukashimbiwa na zikawekwa leveling kutokana na hiyo fedha ya marathon. Pia tuko na project ya maji ambayo tumeweza kusaidika kwa kiasi kikubwa.
The issue of the challenges facing Meru athletes was also discussed